FHN! I'm Sophia.
I'm Laila.
And welcome to the Nightly Show. Stick by for a look at how senioritis affected students at North, the connection of businesses on Main Street, delicious lemon cookies, and so much more.
You won't want to miss this. If you're looking for something to do this summer, there are lots of opportunities in the St. Charles and St. Louis area. This summer, Food Outreach is giving teens a great opportunity to help those in need. Cook and Pack is a program where teens over the age of 16 can help distribute food for those in need. The Magic House is also offering great volunteer opportunities to those students over the age of 13 to contribute to the community through the love of science and learning.
With summer and all its opportunities just around the corner, students are ready for the year to conclude, especially those that are graduating. Let's take a look at a video from Bakul Badarai on seniors at FHN that have recently experienced what many call senioritis.
As we near the end of the school year, seniors come closer to graduation and their end of high school. And as we near this period, many of these seniors start to experience reduced ambition and focus in what many call senioritis.
Oh, it started probably a little bit in the third quarter because I just stopped wanting to do everything. All my classes, I feel like started wrapping up. I started getting to the last unit of like math and everything.
I really think it starts at the end of the first semester is where like they don't really want to be doing finals anymore. They kind of feel like they've already done all that, especially with final exemptions and things like that. You start to see that kind of taper off. But then really in February is when it starts to really kick in.
I think it's just the anticipation of graduation, and they know that it's going to be over, and there's a lot of changing coming up. They're getting done before they should.
I didn't think I'd be affected that much, but like it's hitting me hard. I'm not willing to do anything ever.
Although the cycle of seniors going through the struggle seems to be never-ending, parents, teachers, and fellow classmates help struggling seniors cope with the lack of drive.
For teachers is still making their class meaningful and impactful, making sure that students understand that what they're learning isn't just for a grade, it's for, beyond this. Like you need to learn these things, you need to learn these skills to be successful later on in life.
I think parents are going to be the big helper there because they have a lot more say in their child's, life outside of school.
Seniors specifically really kind of leaning on each other. I see a lot of groups of people like leaning on each other and rallying around each other. I think that's a big way to tackle that. And then being involved is also a big part of it. It's like if you're involved in the school community, the stress of all of those things can be easier to manage if you have a place to belong and something to kind of hold on to.
Thanks, Bakul. With the new school year upcoming, many changes are happening to a side of school many don't see, the main office. Mr. Havermehl and Dr. Steep are leaving the building. 2 new administrators will be hired to take their places. Dr. Parks will also be stepping into a new role as associate principal. Things are also changing up in the guidance office, with Mr. Harris leaving his position as the class of 2028 guidance counselor to step into a new position at Fort Zumwalt South.
In all of these changes, one principal is here to stay and is always here for his students. Sophia Johnson shows us a new side of Dr. Perry.
Dr. Perry balances the responsibilities of being a principal with the responsibility of being a role model. Every day, through daily interactions with students, she leads with consistency, empathy, and fairness. Her presence shapes not only the culture of FHN, but also helps students learn to lead themselves. Her start as an educator was unexpected.
In 2002 is when I was like, I think I want to do education. And it was a fluke because this is not what I wanted to do ever. I wanted to be an optometrist. Everybody in my family wears glasses. But I was like, I can work at a school because I like school until I can get into the optometry program I wanted to get out to in Philadelphia. And then I never wanted to leave.
Throughout her time at FHN, she has impacted many community members, showing her caring side to the many students that speak to her every day.
I think she goes out of her way to make sure they have what they need, like getting what they need, checking on them, because she goes above and beyond for all her students.
I could tell that she was kind of like no nonsense, which like sometimes can be a little bit of a bad thing, but she like the way she talked and the way she like addressed people kind of just made me chuckle. Like as a person, I got a good impression.
So when I first saw her, she seemed very nice. And she seems like the type of person to be very active in like helping her students do the best they can.
But if you interact with me enough, you'll see, oh, like she is, or she team us for real. She is truly team us, because I can tell you that I'm suspending you in one breath, and then again in the same breath be like, okay, do you want some candy? Because I got some snacks in here. Okay, get this, now going back to class. It's just showing truly and authentically that you do care.
I'd say she's a role model. Being a role model is like being able to be like set us apart from everyone else and being able to take charge.
I can tell that like even behind her like very like sometimes like intense like because of that no nonsense stuff, behind her demeanor, the way people might assume that she's like a very caring person and she cares a lot about the students.
Beyond her job as a principal, Dr. Perry has made a huge impact on the students and school community around her.
I'm used to like feeling a little less than sometimes, but like just being checked in with like seeing if I'm okay immediately rather than assuming I've done something wrong just like meant a lot. She gave me the benefit of the doubt and it felt really good.
Thanks, Sophia. In other school news, as this year wraps up, multiple clapouts at different Francis House School District elementary and middle schools will take place to applaud the students graduating this year. The clapouts will take place at Central Elementary, May 20th at 2:15 p.m., Barnwell Middle and Hollenbeck Middle, May 18th at 1:30 p.m., Harvest Ridge Elementary, May 20th at 1:45 p.m., Henderson Elementary, May 15th at 3:30 p.m., Becky David Elementary, May 18th at 9:45 a.m., Castillo Elementary, May 21st at 2:45 p.m., and Fairmount Elementary, arrive by 1:15 p.m. and leave by 2:30 p.m. RSVP if required and contact your school with any questions.
The upcoming school year and the conclusion of the current one is bringing many changes to the community, including in our libraries. Now, a video by Nicole Baudra and Vanessa NG about public debate of personal beliefs in our community.
Recently, St. Charles City County libraries have asked employees to remove personal belief items from their workspaces, including LGBTQ+ flags. While this code of ethics only applies to employees' personal items and not the reading materials themselves, many worry about the message this sends to the community.
People are very sensitive about anything that could be perceived to be political. And so I think it was a way for the leadership to just say, let's just take that out of the equation. Libraries are also places that are making sure to have freedom of expression. Saying that the staff can't have freedom of expression is really a painful thing for library staff members and people who love the library to hear.
Personal beliefs are always something that people want to show and they want to be proud about it, but if you're told that you can't, then usually like, oh, maybe this isn't the place for me anymore because I can't show who I am. I think that if you are telling people that you cannot show how you support, then you are truly not supporting these people.
While some argue that this policy is fighting for the libraries to be more welcoming, others argue that it does the very opposite, censoring the expression of its employees.
I'm sure there are people who are very upset about the policy, and I think there are people who are very happy with the policy. Making sure to highlight marginalized groups is a form of welcome for some people.
The big focus of this is on pride flags, right? And so I believe that when people are displaying a pride flag, they're putting out there that they are welcoming. And that's what they're trying to say, is that they're welcoming to people who maybe feel shut out by the more dominant culture. And so by saying that those flags are unwelcoming, that's kind of the opposite of what they're trying to accomplish.
Patrons of the library will have to wait to see how the policy plays out, but the community has already demonstrated their opinions and hope that leadership will make a change.
My whole take is always that community input should be sought after. So I think if we're all doing our due diligence to like take feedback from the community and from stakeholders, then I think we're doing the best we can.
I was actually really pleased to see on Facebook comments, which can get pretty toxic sometimes, the community pushback on it and the willingness to go to the library board meeting and express their displeasure with it. I love to see that the community has come out and said, not our library. This isn't what we are.
Thanks, Nicole and Vanessa.
The Met Gala took place last week, and we saw many amazing looks. The theme was Fashion is Art, highlighting the intersection between fashionable creativity and artistry. Many celebrities showed up in their best, with highlights from Sabrina Carpenter, Beyonce, and Rihanna. The chairs for this year's events were Beyonce, Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour. The Met Gala raises money for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the event, although flashy, is not just about the party, but more about raising money for art and fashion preservation. And for the 2026 gala, the dinner was curated by a new chef known for blending Afro-Caribbean and American flavors.
While we may not have tickets to the next Met Gala, there are many great recipes for us at home while we watch events like that. In this fun recipe, Vanessa NG teaches us how to make lemon cookies.
For something a little different from a regular sugar cookie, try this lemon sugar cookie recipe. To make these cookies, you'll need 360 grams of all-purpose flour, 300 grams of granulated sugar plus another 50 grams for rolling the cookies, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 226 grams of unsalted butter at room temperature, enough lemons for 3 tablespoons of lemon zest and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 large egg. First, beat the butter, sugar, and lemon zest with an electric mixer for 1 to 2 minutes. Next, combine the lemon juice and egg with the mixture. Now, gradually add in the flour, baking soda, and salt until combined. Now we're going to cover the bowl with plastic wrap before refrigerating the dough for 30 to 60 minutes. While the dough is chilling, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you take the dough out, use a cookie scoop to form balls, rolling each ball into your additional sugar. Place the cookies 2 inches apart on a prepared baking sheet. Then bake for 11 to 13 minutes or until the edges have a golden color. Once they're done, allow the cookies to cool before enjoying. This has been Vanessa NG for FHNtoday TV, signing off.
Thanks, Vanessa.
A major debate is unfolding in St. Charles as city leaders consider a potential ban on new data centers. At a recent public hearing, residents packed the room to voice concerns about the facilities, citing issues like high energy use, water consumption, and possible noise. Supporters of the development argue that data centers could bring economic growth and jobs, while others believe stricter regulations or an outright ban are needed to protect the community. The proposal is still under discussion, and decisions made in the coming weeks could shape the city's future and development.
While community leaders are searching for a solution on data centers, others in the community are finding out what matters most to them. Julius Osborne and Riley Aldendorfer take us to Main Street in St. Charles, where business owners are collaborating with one another to create community and a new kind of support system.
While it may appear that each business on Main Street operates on its own, many are more connected than they seem, forming relationships that customers often begin to notice. For those who work there every day, those connections are simply part of the routine that ties the entire street together.
So a lot of customers recognize the people that work at the different stores, and a lot of people, like the different businesses, we know of each other and we talk to each other. A lot of people from the other businesses will come into Sugar and Slice to get treats before or after their shift, and a lot of customers see that and recognize that all of our businesses are kind of interconnected because we work in such close proximity to each other.
The sense of connection doesn't stop at simply knowing everyone. For many on Main Street, it carries over into how they support one another.
I do like to try and essentially, like, if somebody's asking for recommendations, especially being like, oh yeah, well, I really like this place. Or at least kind of try and remember who sells what, where it's like, oh yeah, I'd try to go to this store because they might have this thing that you're looking for.
In many cases, that network of recommendations help draw customers in and encourages them to support multiple small businesses in the area.
It brings in extra traffic and word of mouth. I think all the business owners here, customers love supporting small businesses, family-owned businesses, and I think that's what keeps us apart, and everything's so unique down here. and it's historical.
The strong network of support exists alongside the reality that each business still faces the challenge of staying successful on its own.
So because it's all tiny businesses in this area, it's like you either sink or you swim. So I feel like businesses help each other because they recognize that you either make it or you don't, and we try to support each other through that so that everybody can swim.
Reporting for FHN Today, I'm Riley Allendorfer, signing off.
Thanks, Riley and Julius. And with that, this episode of The Nightly Show is coming to an end. We hope you all have an amazing summer, and we can't wait for you to tune back in next year.
Make sure to follow us at FHNtoday on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like and comment down below and what story you'd like us to cover in the next episode. Once again, I'm Layla.
I'm Sophia, signing off.